I've been sort of jobs here and there, but then since the lockdown started and everyone went on furlough,
Yeah,
I got back into teaching.
gotcha.
And so many people were coming up to me. Literally, I've had so many people asking me, Luke, how do I get into teaching online?
Yeah,
Like, sounds really cool. The money's good. The hours are good. And then it sort of just come to me, and I kept telling people, you need to go here to get a TEFL. You need to do this, and then all of a sudden, like, after like the 10th person come to me in like a week, I thought, there could be a sort of business here.
good.
So got on the phone to the TEFL course providers, and then they was all like, yeah, 100%, you can like be our affiliate. And then that was literally about a month ago. And then since in the last month, I've just put a website together with a designer,
Yeah,
and now here I am, and I'm about to launch in well, do like a social media marketing campaign and all sorts of other things in around a week. But I just want to, I'm just trying to get this. I can't even see anything on Google Analytics in the minute, and I know that obviously SEO is very important, and I'm not expecting it to be up there straight away. But I want to learn how to do it myself eventually,
that's
because
spot on. I mean, yesterday when I checked, analytics wasn't actually installed. So,
uh,
but you had
okay,
visits. So here, look. So if you just
okay,
go to overview, so people, because you verified it in Search Console, it does track the visits, but it doesn't give you any data as apart from figures. And then you can
okay,
see the massive spike from yesterday, and also then the fact that you've got the extra bits and pieces going on. So that was
sure.
because I linked in analytics. So in the admin section, oh yeah, this is it. I couldn't see anything yesterday, which is why I asked for your login.
Yeah.
Not that it matters,
So
you've got your login, so we're all sorted there. But the
great.
biggest thing about your website, or should I say the smallest thing, is that you've only got 9 pages.
Okay.
So Google
Okay.
doesn't rank websites that haven't had around 20 pages of SEO content.
Okay.
So
Interesting.
SEO
So does
content,
that mean I would, if I was to then, for example, get more blogs in there, would
yeah, but
they would they
this
be
is where
would
you
they count as pages?
this is where your teaching comes in, because you can't just whack up a blog and say, hi, I'm Luke, I'm great, this is my background, I've had all my friends asking, this is the reason why it's decided for me to do this.
Hmm.
That's not SEO friendly at all, because when you
Hmm.
write a blog, it's got to be about your search words.
Sure.
Okay, so I'll show
Okay.
you an example. Have you got me on big screen, by the way? We've got a nice size monitor.
Yeah. Yeah. Going on big
Uh,
screen.
So this is actually my teaching aid that I use. It's an example. Fred and I got married back in 2017, and we went to
Hmm.
Rome on honeymoon. And you know how you do, you start thinking about it. And Fred said, "Oh well, why don't we sell the house? Technically, I can work anywhere." And it's not improbable. He says, "Well, you need to stop SEO in your website for SEO Freelancer UK and Somerset and Western Sydney. So SEO it for the 2 words SEO Rome." And I thought, do you know what? He's right. So I wrote a huge piece about Rome with a little bit of SEO thrown in.
Hmm.
So Google
Okay.
likes content that is called skyscraper content.
Hmm.
So you're talking 4 figures, so 1,000 words, 1,500 words, that kind of thing, which takes
Okay.
time, and it quite frankly is a ball ache. But when you get Google page 1 results, you don't need to do anything else with it.
Okay.
So when
That
you
sounds good. I mean, I've got enough stuff to write about, to be honest, and like good content as well. And I'm just ready to, get going. So that won't be, and that won't be. Yeah, that's fine. I can just get
excellent.
so yeah.
This exercise, then we'll choose a phrase, and let's just type. We'll use online teaching jobs for today's session, because any other search phrase is going to be the same technique. Uh,
Sure.
so before I wrote the blog post about SEO Rome, obviously I'm targeting the 2 words SEO Rome. So with you, online teaching jobs, you would go into WordPress and
Hmm.
you would create a new blog post. Post a new, we'll call it that. So what's really important here in SEO Rome
Hmm.
is that you can see the URL starts with the 2 keywords.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
Google places high importance on the keywords at the beginning of everything.
Okay.
So it's at the beginning of the URL. Don't worry, all of this comes with notes as well. It's already written down, but feel free to scribble away.
Yeah.
This is also in the page title, obviously, so this is your title here before you click into it. And then in Yoast, this is your meta description. And again, it starts with SEO Rome. So when you go into it, that's the heading, the H1. So let's just say we're going to be talking about that today.
Would you? Yeah. Okay. Would you say at the beginning of the title as well? Would
Yeah.
you? Would it be?
Yeah.
Okay.
The beginning of everything. So I'm trying to figure out, because you've got blocks on this one. I tend to use just static blogs. This is the new WordPress way of blogging.
Yeah.
So you've got tags here, look, and then you've got your categories here, look. So you've already got some categories here, but obviously not any of them actually mention your target search phrase.
Mhm. Okay.
So all of your latest news and advice isn't SEO relevant.
No.
I mean,
So would I always have to put them into categories? Well, if it is relevant, obviously.
yeah.
Would you say? Okay.
Through the way that I wrote this, so I started off at the top with the SEO row. So exactly with this one, this would be, where's the header there? Heading, and there you go. So that's now your heading. And then again, just like I said, I came to visit Rome on a honeymoon, blah blah blah. And then I've obviously got the self-promotion thing here, people per hour. Now and again, so you've said about online teaching jobs, you need to say all of these words in your blog post, because Google wants to have different ways of saying the same thing.
Okay. All right.
That's why I've said not just SEO, but I've actually said search engine optimization there as well. So
Okay.
obviously it's the same thing, but said in different ways. So blah, 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 blah. And there's my call to action. So straight away, I'm ranking on Google page 1. It's no point giving people content if you're not going to give them a call to action, tell them what to do next. So I'm telling them what to do next. Send me a message with your website address and Google search phrases.
Okay.
But that really isn't too much, is it? I mean, I've just covered that in what, 2 minutes flat?
Yeah, sure. So, and how long would you say each blog would have to be over 1,000, between 1,000 and 1,000 words,
Well,
you
this
think?
one here took me 3 hours to write.
Yeah.
And this is actually all about Rome. But again, it's saying the same thing in a different way. So I'm targeting the 2 words SEO, which is digital marketing, and Rome, which can be described in different ways. So whether you're going to mention Adrian's tomb, or whether you're going to mention the Pantheon or the Trevi Fountain, Google associates all of these words with Rome. It's the same thing, but in a different way.
Okay.
So what I did, I kind of cheated, because none of the bottom bit talks about digital marketing, websites, Google stuff. All it talks about is my walking tour notes.
Mhm.
So what you need to do for Google is get in your SEO stuff at the top, what you want to rank for, your call to action at the top of the page so that people can see it easily, because nobody is going to read any of this.
Sure. Yeah, I understand.
So the
Okay.
4-second rule here is that generically there's like a 4-second rule with websites. If people come to any page, your home page or a blog post, and you don't grab them within 4 seconds, they're going to go. They're going to go and exit and look for somewhere else. So you've really got to slap people around the face with a wet fish.
Okay. Okay. That's fine. I've got my sister. She's like she's like an expert in sort of this type of writing. So,
Yeah.
and with my job, so with my blogs, I'm not that good at writing them, but I've got all the information. So I've been drafting with all the information, and then she's just been sort of like rewording it so it sounds like easy to read and better to read. So yeah, I'll have to start getting
So
her to
the
help me.
TFL courses, are they just specifically for people in the United Kingdom, or is this
No,
a global
it's
thing?
TEFL means teaching English as a foreign language. So you're basically teaching people who English isn't their first language. It's a second language.
Right.
and the main market really, well, the big online market as such is Chinese.
Yep.
Um, so the Chinese are paying, they
How
pay really good money, and it's like
we should
really good.
target that as a keyword then. So how would you phrase that? Chinese TFL teaching courses?
Yeah, maybe like teaching Chinese online, teaching
I'll tell you what then,
or
just a sec, Luke. With your mouse, can you click onto the document where I'm typing here, look?
okay, one sec.
And I want you to start typing onto the document and adding on your thoughts here.
Key phrases, yeah, cool. I'll do that.
I'm just going to have a sip of my cup
Gotcha.
of tea.
That's fine. Okay, so I was just saying that with these keywords here, which I found on Google Planner. I mean, I'm pretty sure that I've done that right. I looked on YouTube how to.
Yes, but no. I mean, I'm going to delete TFL because there's no
uh,
way a 9-page website is going to rank for one word.
Okay,
And
okay, sure.
certainly 2 words, TFL certification, TFL jobs. When did you buy the domain, Luke?
About a month ago.
Right. So I've got some more bad news for you. Google
Okay,
trusts
that's fine.
domains when they're 2 years of age and older.
So Google only ranks domains when they're 2 years of age and older.
Well, you can rank a domain that's a month old, but if you have several words in your search phrase, so the shorter the search phrase, the more impossible it is going to rank. So it's called, well, I call it the low-hanging fruit, or it's called a long-tail search term.
Okay.
So this is going to be 4 or 5 or 6 words. So teaching Chinese online, but it's so. What do you get Do you get qualifications for this? That doesn't really. I think you need more words on that one. Teaching Chinese online.
Okay.
Do you have to be qualified to teach online?
Yeah, you need to have a TEFL. You need to have
Right,
a
okay, so
TEFL.
you need TEFL then on everything.
Okay. 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 Gotcha. So do you think TEFL with everything? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So and these words, do they all have to have like? Would they these key phrases? Would they all have to just come? Would they all have to be right next to each other? If you know what I mean? Would they?
Yeah,
Would they?
yes, I
Uh,
kind of get that, yeah. But think about the analogy where Google places more importance on the keywords at the beginning. So you probably also would look under TEFL, Chinese online teaching. So you said the same thing, but in a different way.
okay. Sure.
So I think that this one, that TEFL should go in front of everything because that's the most important keyword of all for Google, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. TEFL definitely. Okay. All right. I'll put TEFL in front of everything then. TEFL teaching.
TEFL at the front of everything. So the way that the teaching that I do with SEO works is that you pick this up straight away. So I like this. Some people, I'm kidding, not kidding, Luke. I had to teach them how to use a keyboard, and I have a feeling that they're never going to learn SEO because I can't spell Google.
Yeah. Sure.
But I'm only 15 minutes in, and I'm quite happy.
Yeah,
Uh,
bear with me, sorry.
so like my phone, I've had to turn my phone off as well.
Yeah, got carry on.
So what we'll do, we'll go through the theory today, and then what
Mhm,
happens is that you go away and you write your 1,000 or your 1,500 word article,
mhm.
and you don't publish it. You just leave it as a draft. So you save it as a draft because this is
Okay.
your homework. So when I come in, then you book me in for another hour afterwards, and then I shout
Mhm.
at you and tell you everything's wrong. How does that sound?
Yeah, it sounds good. I need to be told. need to be told. I want to get this right.
Right, okay. So I'll show you a quick shortcut as well, you'll like this. This is one of my favorites as well. So this is a WordPress cheat.
Okay.
So these are all your keywords here. So I've just done these here. I've added your new one in. And can you see I've separated them all by a comma?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
the cheaters, you copy that, you go to posts. Now here, look, you've got no tags. So
Okay. Yeah.
so we quick edit, paste, update. Quick
Brilliant.
edit, paste,
Brilliant.
update.
So the tags and everything do matter then, yeah? That's just
Yeah,
not
so
there
if
for
you go back to
nothing.
the row one, so these are my categories here at the top.
Okay.
So blog. So for example, if you click blog there, this actually takes you to all of my blog posts that are tagged with the category blog. So it's like an easier way, not just for us, for the humans to know and say, well, okay, well, I'm interested in reading more about that. So I would just go for organic traffic and then see specifically all the blog posts I've written about organic traffic. So, but that, as I say, that also helps search engines. So it's not just Google, it's Bing and Yahoo and everything. So search engines come in, they see the SEO row, then they see the H1 over here, and then you see your H2, and also the images here in WordPress. Oh, actually,
Sorry.
go on.
It went a little bit funny then. Can you
You're,
say that again? Sorry, I just couldn't hear you then. I broke up a little bit.
yeah, I think my husband's getting a bit. He's just had an Xbox One lent to him by his nephew, and he's downloading the update. So I think he's just turned it off. So if we wanted to summarize, this is about the alt tags. I'll put this up here. This is another easy, quick win for you. It's a cheat. So, I mean, what I would say to you, Luke.
Yeah, I was going to ask. The alt tags, are they for they're for the pictures?
Yeah.
I didn't. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have a clue what that's about, to be honest,
Yeah.
either.
So what it is, we'll just formulate one now, because this is not like the alt tags where you separate them all in commas and alt tags repeat the same words. In an alt tag, you can't repeat the same word and there's no commas.
Okay.
So you come up with a summary. So it's basically a summary of everything.
Okay.
So TEFL, I actually would say if you want to target the Chinese market, this is where you should start working straight away. I know the bigger picture is that you want everybody in the UK and people that aren't specifically looking at Chinese. But the thing is, you're also targeting the generic terms anyway. So you're actually encompassing both the Chinese search market and also for anybody else in the world. But you just happen to mention the word Chinese. So we've got certification.
Okay, sorry, it broke up a little bit right at the beginning. So you said I should target who? Sorry, not just the UK at the minute.
Well, no, because I said to you, is your website targeting the world? I mean, like, can anybody in China click onto your website and apply for a job, and then you get the commission?
Yeah. So essentially, anyone in the world can go and buy a TEFL, and then I'll get the commission.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really matter. But the majority of the jobs on there, teaching English as like the TEFL jobs, they do prefer, like native English speaking countries. So that's why I was sort of saying the UK and the US. I was going to say the UK because it's relatively unknown in the UK, and the US because, and I was trying to sort of build a market essentially, and the USA because it is a big market there already. But it's just it's quite hard to sort of penetrate.
Yeah, no, I understand. So so the quick win here, the cheat in WordPress. So basically we've got all of your search phrases, and without repeating the words over and over and without a comma, we've actually come up with, doesn't read right, but again, no one's going to see it. That's the thing.
Okay.
So we can let this slide. It doesn't look pretty, but actually it does the job very well. So again, you copy that, and then you go to your media and library. I don't know about your theme. Let's have a little look. There we go. That's cute. Who did that?
But one of my friends, he's an artist.
He
He's got
is an
loads of
artist, isn't he? I
he's
love
got loads
that.
of quirky stuff. He's doing me like really specific stuff as well for the website,
Oh,
for teaching
wow.
it, because all of his stuff's based on traveling.
Yeah,
And the idea the website's gonna have a subliminal travel theme to it,
good.
but but he's gonna start. He's doing some stuff specifically for sort of teaching and technology and all loads of stuff. So yeah, it's gonna be cool.
That's excellent. So what we do here, look, can you see your alt text
Yeah.
here is missing? Alt is short for alternative.
Okay.
So the alt tag here in WordPress is described as alternative text.
Hmm.
So the cheat here is to paste that there, but each alt tag needs to be unique.
Okay. They
So
can't have the same word at all in the alt tags, no.
no. So what I've done here is UK. I've done a -1.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah,
-1,
this one,
-2.
-2.
Yeah.
Palefish logo, that's fine, but that's not a keyword, so that goes at the end. So our copy and paste goes into the front of it, then we can leave the Palefish logo. And then here you've got students, whatever.
How are you swapping just from picture to picture doing that?
Can you see here? Look, there's the arrow.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So you go. Let me show you into mine. What have I done there? So all posts. So these are my drafts here that I'm going to be writing at probably
Yeah.
2025. But this one, look, SEO Zoom consultations, all of my categories here, look, loads of tags. And so I targeted SEO Zoom consultations. So if I go to Google and type in Zoom SEO consultations, below all the adverts, SEO Lady, look. So I wrote this on the 24th of May.
Okay.
Page 2 as well. I mean, sorry, position 2, page 1 and page 2. Because that's the way that I've obviously written it. Because again, before I started to write, I am targeting Zoom consultations. So the URL again starts with that. The H1 starts with that. Let's have a look at this. So let's have a look at what this alt tag is called. There you go. So the alt tag on this image says exactly what it is. Zoom.
Yeah.
ASO consultant. But the thing is that my website domain is 12 years old.
Okay.
So I have got a lot of weight with my domain. So if I
realistically, I'm not. I mean, do you say Google just categorically will not rank anything unless it's 2 years
no,
at
and
the
again, you
moment?
need to go for your long search terms, your long tail search terms.
With the long tail search terms, that's it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So if I go to Bespoke rise recline chairs. Now I live in Western-super-Mare, so that's technically cheating with 3 words. But Bespoke rise and recline chairs. This is my client here, the mobility solution. They got their domain in January.
Okay.
So they're what, 6 months old. Whereas mobility furniture, they've been around for probably 10 years or so. So their website is probably 8 or 10 years old. So their domain is very old.
Okay.
Again, the longer the search term, the easier it is for you to rank if you haven't got the domain age.
Okay. Got ya. So I'll just have to have them long tail, like as many long tail search things as possible, really. If I want to get ranked straight away. But yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That's right. So what we need to do then, have you seen this part of the section? If you scroll down to writing content for SEO?
Yeah. I've had a look. I've had a brief little look over it all. But
Well, it's actually what I've just talked about today. So, and again, if I was going to write a blog on how to write a blog for SEO, obviously my search phrase would be how to write a blog for SEO. So I would start the URL with this. And then again, decide what phrase you want to target in keyword order, most important first, which you already know.
Mm-hmm.
And they had the page title.
Just real quick on that keyword order.
Yeah.
You put how to write a blog, SEO. Would you not say, I mean, for example, like SEO, how to write a blog or something like
Well, no,
that?
because if you're thinking about how humans type,
Yeah, sure.
you
Okay,
would
gotcha.
probably actually type a question into Google.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I get you. I get you.
So I have got another long-term one for you, long tail. How long does an office refurbishment in London take? And this is my client here. So this is called a featured snippet. Can you say here, it says about featured snippets.
Okay.
So you can actually get Google page one results with a website that's 24 hours old if you write a blog post based on a question.
Okay.
So Google loves to answer questions because at the core of it, Google likes to see relevance. So if you can ask
Sure.
that, so if you put, and again, the URL, look, how long will an office refurbishment take? And then you've got the page title. And then obviously you've got other bits and pieces there. And this took me probably 4 hours to write.
Sure. Okay.
But once you're
I
there, you're
mean,
there.
so I could say like, I don't know. Obviously, this one has probably been written, but if I was to like, how do I get into online teaching?
That's fantastic.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes,
It's
I do
something.
know what you mean. There you go.
Yeah.
So how do I get into online teaching? That you're just giving yourself the homework.
Okay, great. That's it. That's the next. That's the
That's it.
next.
Yeah. Okay.
Blog.
Okay. Homework. Oh, I can't tell it was on. Look. How do I get to blog post? But also on the top of that, wouldn't it also mention TEFL?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
How,
It would.
well, if we do 2 blog posts then, so how
Yeah.
do I get into online teaching? And then what would the other one be? How do I get
Um. Maybe like, how do I get a TEFL? But I mean, the thing is that there's, or what TEFL do I need for online teaching or something like that?
excellent?
Um.
That's
What
that's excellent.
I think what TEFL do I need for online teaching could be good because I've got a whole on my website. I've got Teacher T recommends like top 3 TEFL for online teaching, but then
Perfect.
I can link that up with some
You
like
can.
internal link
That's
if that.
lovely. So let's be, and again, before we start writing, we have to actually think, where is my website today? Which obviously we're not going to appear, but we have to see who else is out there. Who are those
Yeah.
sneaky people that have already done SEO? Um,
Mhm.
so you can see that I'm in Chrome here. So in Chrome, do you know how to go incognito?
Yep. Yep. Yep.
So new incognito window. So this is split sorts all of our searches. I'm in google.co.uk. What TFF do I need to do? Online teaching. You've got Google Ads. Someone's got the featured snippet.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. This is why I said, how do I teach on like that? Just an example, because I'm sure that people have already done this. To be
Yeah,
honest, like,
exactly. So that's a nice one as well. So that,
yeah,
and also Google highlights it in yellow. So that's not them doing it.
sure, okay.
So tfl.org. Oh, okay. So they've got their own website, which is ranking.
Yeah, yeah. The TEFL.org. It's yeah, that's just essentially a company. Eye to Eye, and TEFL.org, and UK TEFL and the International TEFL Academy. They're all competitors. They're all accredited TEFL providers,
Got
course
you.
providers.
So
Essentially.
these are the
What
people.
I'm doing, I'm not their competition. I'm trying to work with them. That's why I'm trying to get the affiliates,
Yeah.
and they're all targeted towards, majority of it's targeted towards Americans, and mine's going to be quite sort of, yeah, and mine's just online teaching as well. There's all majority of all the TEFL companies. They're all offer sort of to actually physically go abroad and teach, in like Vietnam or something like that. Mine's just all about the online side of things. But yeah, it's
Well, here we go. Look, there's no featured snippet for this. So I think you should prioritize this one. How do I get into online teaching? You've got the Google Ads, and then you've got futurelearn.com.
Okay.
Let's just see. Because if it's .com, I don't know whether they're in the UK or not. Where does it say contact? Contact. Doesn't actually say whether in the UK or not. That's quite clever, because it's going to appeal to everyone, isn't it?
Yeah.
So ideally then, that would be the first one for you to look for, is blog post 1 as...
How do I get into teaching?
Yeah, TEFL acronym is very competitive, featured snippet opportunity. There we go.
So when you say competitive, like it's the TEFL acronyms, it's competitive, would you say that means like it's best not to have the TEFL word in
Oh
there?
no,
Because
don't ignore it. It's just that you need to understand is that it's going to be years before you can knock one of those people off Google page 1 and replace it with your website.
Gotcha. Okay. In for the long game then, eh?
It is the long game. It is the long game.
Yeah, I
I
know.
started off with SEO Western-super-Mare. I'm fortunate to have a postcode which is smack bang in the middle, so I was straight around Google Maps 20 years ago. And it took me about 6 months to get to Google page 1, position 1 for SEO Western-super-Mare, which was grand. And I'm still working off people per hour to this day, 12 years later. But then I tried to branch out to Bristol, and do you know what? I couldn't get anywhere. In 2 years, all of my blog posts I kept mentioning Western-super-Mare is close to Bristol, Western-super-Mare M5 corridor from Bristol to Taunton, Somerset. So I could rank easier for Somerset as a whole than I could for Bristol as a city.
Okay, that's yeah.
So I kind of quit Bristol. I gave up. I thought, well, you know what? It's no point me working and spending blood, sweat, and tears on this. I will stick to Somerset, Western-super-Mare, and the long tail search terms like in-house SEO training courses, Somerset.
Well, now you're top of the UK, so that's all good.
Well, it is, and I checked yesterday. Is that if I check for SEO Freelancer Bristol, I didn't know. This is new for me.
Cool.
So
Okay.
I haven't targeted Bristol for about 5 or 6 years, but because what happened was, Luke, about 2 years ago now, I was in Google Analytics, and in Google Analytics, in fact, I can probably do it on mine actually. I'll show you where it is. So GA. And it's nice to go around Google Analytics, even if you don't know what you're doing, because you can't break anything. That's
Yeah, sure.
about it. So all of my Google Analytics is actually self-taught, or you learn from forums. So SEO lady. And I've just written a blog post which has exploded and gone viral. So my positions at the minute are a little bit skewed. So if you go to acquisition and then search console. So what I did yesterday was to connect your search console with Google Analytics. Oh no, that was already in place actually. I remember that. And then go to queries. And this session's being recorded, Luke. So
Yeah. I see that. That's good.
Last 30 days. So at the minute, the viral blog post that I wrote was about Google Correlate shutting down. But back in whatever it was, 2018, SEO Freelancer UK, I checked my Google Analytics, and one person, bless them, has gone all the way to the bottom of Google page 2, searching for SEO Freelancer UK, had found my website and clicked on it. This poor soul that's gone from Google page 1 to the doldrums of the graveyard that is Google page 2. And I was like, wow, I didn't even realise. So I searched for SEO Freelancer UK, and there I was at the bottom of Google page 2. And I thought, well, I say this to my clients all the time. If you're already ranking on page 2 or page 3, then I can get you to page 1, not a problem. I'm an SEO, so I think I better pull my finger out and start blogging about SEO Freelancer. So I got to page 1 in, I don't know, 8, 9 months or so. But again, it was at bottom of page 1, like position 9 or 8 or something. And I was getting maybe 4 hits a week with that. So the difference between being in the top 3 of Google and being in the bottom 3 is so vast.
Okay.
Because people are fickle. You know, you're looking for something, bang, 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 have I got it yet? Not interested in anything else, bang, leave, go. So now I get about 10 inquiries a week. So a lot of them are people that have just searched for SEO Freelancer UK. And again, they don't know how to use a keyboard or spell Google. And they come to me and they say, I want SEO for 20 pence. Can I get Google page 1 next week? So a lot of these inquiries that I get aren't my kind of target client base.
Yes.
If you dig your heels in and then you stick into one of your search phrases, as I say, these, the blog ones, where's your homework gone? How do I get into teaching online? You run at it. You have that as a category, you have that as a tag in WordPress, you have that on your alt tag, you have that in URL. So let's go through the checklist. So you'll have it in the page title, the URL. And that's in Yoast, so that's fine. Yoast will tell you this.
Yeah.
Yoast will be green.
I've just been using Yoast has been my sort of go-to thing at the minute because I don't understand everything else, and it's just I've been doing the SEO analysis thing and trying to.
Don't waste any time on that at all in the future. Yoast is not a ranking tool. It is a tool to actually it's a one-size-fits-all. So you can't have a generic tool that fits all websites.
Okay.
It certainly will not fit a website that is 9 pages.
Okay.
So just the thing is that none of my posts. So let's go. I'll show you my posts. All posts. I'll stay on page. Let's have a look. So I've actually got a green one on that one, but I don't really bother. So here, look. So this one's SEO Zoom consultations. So that one isn't anything. That one's an orange. That one's an orange. You know, that one's a grey. Oh, that's a draft. But don't get hung up about that green light at all.
Okay. All right. Sure.
Because it'll tell you you haven't linked out to anybody. You haven't done enough words. It doesn't appear at the beginning. It's just total. It's guidelines, but they should be ignored.
Okay. Gotcha. Completely understand. Cool. Yeah, that sounds. I just need to get some blogs in then, really, don't I? And just Well, what about with the homepage? What's the sort of importance to there? Because, and because I like, do I need?
That. So on your homepage, nowhere does it say TEFL. Okay. So remember about the beginning of everything that Google places more importance. Technically, Google is your ranking for the 3 words the UK's #1.
Okay.
So this should include some of your phrases.
Okay, so it's got teaching English online. That's what I thought. And that's why I didn't want to because I think teaching English online is going to be a big key phrase search for people. And on the keyword planner, it seemed like that was a very
for COVID at the minute. Everybody's doing it online, aren't they?
Yeah, and then I feel like people might, because people don't know, a lot of people do know what a TEFL is, but a lot of people don't know what a TEFL is, and people hear about teaching online, and then once they hear about the benefits and everything of it, and then once they get enticed into the idea, then they realise that they've got to get this TEFL. So this is why I was trying to, and the idea I was trying to get I'm trying to, because all these TEFL companies, they're all just trying to sell their TEFL so much on their website straight away,
Yeah.
because they've all got their own specific TEFL and they're trying to sell their course, and it's absolutely everywhere. You go on their site and it's like, get our TEFL, 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 TEFL. And with mine,
That's the
it's,
call to action, isn't it? That is
yeah,
the
exactly.
call to action. So
But
at the
but
minute,
with mine is, I'm trying to sort of, because I don't want to people, I want people to come on the site and be like, oh, this is a easy, friendly site. It's got a job board. It's got, and then once they sort of see that the jobs require a TEFL, then they go, oh, okay, and then there's got a TEFL courses section. So I was just trying to sort of make the TEFL not be the
yeah,
sort of for.
yeah, and I learned that lesson the hard way. I worked for Funky Pigeon, and the director said to me at the time, you know, the domain was brand new. I want you to launch Twitter. I'd never used Twitter, so this is probably about 15 years ago. And I said, okay. And I was on Twitter and I was going, buy my cards. Here's a 20% discount. Buy my cards. Buy my cards. Nobody was following me. Nobody was retweeting me. I got no presence at all. And then somebody said, what you're doing here is megaphoning. You're not thinking about engaging with people. You're shouting at people.
Mhm.
And that, I think, you know, there is a fine line between obviously wanting to make a living and saying, buy our TEFL, buy our TEFL. But you shouldn't be megaphoning. But likewise, you shouldn't be that laid back that people haven't got a clue what you do, because I had no clue that you actually had two different reasons for your website. One of them is the jobs, and the second one is to get the TEFL courses. That doesn't speak to me at all. You don't say TEFL up there, you don't say jobs until you scroll down. And here you've got
Okay.
no content at all. It's all blank.
Sure.
And then again, none of this is keyword rich. This is just waffle. And then there is actually, that should be at the top of the page.
Do you think?
Yeah, because that's, you've got 4 seconds to impress. People digress. If you're showing them stuff or you're making people scroll and you're not giving them a call to action, there's no text actually saying what you do. There's no better time to teach. It doesn't say start your online teaching qualification. You can have there's no better time to teach, that's fine, but you need the positive words, you know, the call to action. And then you make me scroll all the way down here, and that's 4 seconds, and I'm going back and I'm going to think, okay, who else am I going to look for?
Well, but aren't the jobs, isn't that like a call to action thing, and you're giving them content straight away? That's what I've, because the way I'm gonna do the marketing for it and the advertising.
Look, sorry to interrupt. You haven't said teaching jobs.
Okay.
Google is ranking you for the word latest here.
Okay. Online teaching jobs, then that
Yeah,
should be.
online teaching jobs.
Gotcha. Okay. I'll get that changed. So, because the way I'm gonna try and advertise it, and my whole sort of marketing campaign is gonna be like, I'm just, it's not going to be like, oh, we've got the best TEFL courses, because everyone does that. I'm just going to say we've got jobs. We've got loads of jobs,
Yeah,
and everyone's going to be looking for jobs at the minute. And people are going to be wanting, after this, you know, pandemic. People are going to be like the idea of working from home, and everyone's going to be sort of jumping on the idea. So if I say we've got online jobs. And then they come to the site, and then the first thing they see is loads of jobs. That's what I sort of wanted to
yeah, I
sort of
like
see.
that. But
You know,
this is why I said to you yesterday, how is your website making money? Because I
yeah,
couldn't actually see, from my point of view, not just as an SEO really, but more of a businesswoman, what is the point of having a website? I can't, as a user, I can't actually see how you would benefit. Why are you wasting your resources on building a website and hosting it? What, for love? A labour of love?
yeah.
But if I just say here, like, it's one of my clients, this makes me laugh every time. Festival portable toilets in Somerset. Now, this lady has taken SEO writing to heart. She's one of my oldest clients, as in terms of longest term clients. And so this is the kind of outlay that you're looking at, the layout, sorry. So this is clear to you as a human and also to Google what they're doing. They're telling you what they're doing, where they're doing, and also there's your call to action. Call today, there's my phone number, send a message via the, and all these are internal links.
Okay. Sure.
So all of these obviously link into it. And I've got no idea what a biodigester is. Groundhog, I've never heard of that, you know? and all of these are all links. So she's actually got, I love her, she's so funny. She's got her Instagram feed on the homepage. And again, I think this is a bit like you. You know, you're not buy our TEFL. You're showing that it's you that's behind this. It's your voice. It's your creation. And people like to see your face. That's why I've got my face on my website. It's very personal. You know that these are stock images. To be honest, I'd quite like to see that blooming artwork on there.
Do you think?
Yeah. If you don't feel as though you've got enough, if you haven't got a photo that's pretty enough for your website, I was lucky enough to get one. Is that
That's not that's not a bad yeah, that's not bad. But I do want it to look sort of, also like it's not just one guy making a website. I want to sort of make it seem like it's
Oh,
you
there
know
you go. Look at these here. Who's a little chutty cheeks? He's got dimples and everything. That's the kind of thing we want to see. You're smiling.
Okay,
And
that was a
also,
joke.
just to bear in mind, don't duplicate your images. You've got that one there, look, and then you've got it twice up there.
Okay, what in the media bit? In the
Yeah,
media?
so you've got the canoe one uploaded 3 times that I can see.
Okay, all right. I'll go ahead and get that
See, and stuff that you
sorted then.
don't use. I mean, do you use any of these? Are these used?
No, I don't use any. That's just all just come with the
Right,
website.
okay.
With WordPress.
These should be deleted. Delete
Okay.
permanently. If you're not using them, don't use them.
No, I said I didn't know that mattered. I just thought it was just like a
Well, and
short.
again, if you're going to start your website right in its infancy, you might as well start right forever.
Yeah, sure. Okay, gotcha.
Did you
Sounds good.
get this on People Pro, or was it a friend of yours that built it?
But what?
The website.
It was me that bought. Oh no, I just the website. I just went on GoDaddy and got the hosting, and then my
Who
friend.
installed WordPress then and did all your
Oh, sorry. Oh no, just a friend. Just a
right?
friend who done. Yeah, just a friend who does
Well,
this
so
properly.
what I think what he's done then is copied another website and then use that as which is why you've got these images all of a sudden.
Okay, I did because I gave him to him a sort of brief outline that there was going to be like a job board because the idea of the website essentially changed at the beginning. I wanted it to be some sort of like bespoke recruitment service.
Yeah.
But then the idea was it sort of changed and morphed into like something else. Now it's just more just get people like information, job board. But the thing is as well, what you were saying earlier with how the website's making money, I'm in the sort of process at the minute of with the schools to have them. I've got maybe affiliate partnerships with a few of them. So if you
Yeah.
go to the website now, if you go on the front page,
Yeah.
if you scroll down like a little bit, just so you can see the jobs. See that pre-apply job there. If they were to click on that, and go say I don't know view profile for pre-apply, go up a bit.
Few jobs.
Up, no, that takes you to
Profile.
yeah view profile. That takes you through an affiliate link to
Yeah.
them, and I get money now for if someone signs up for them.
Right.
Um,
Okay.
but the idea is, the 6 jobs on the front on the home page.
Yeah.
Once I want to get all of them as like affiliate links, basically. So
Good.
if someone goes straight to one of them, then bang, I make money. But then if they go to the job, but then there's going to be a load of other jobs as well in there as well. But that's why I wanted to keep them at the top, and I wanted to because I feel like if I say I think it would be easy to sell something to people if I say we've got jobs instead of we've got TEFLs,
Yeah.
because everyone says we've got TEFLs, but
Everybody's.
not.
I looked for jobs yesterday in Bristol. I'm actually just curious about the salary these days. That's why I wasn't actually going to apply for a job. But if you look
Yeah.
at my homepage, and again, I am targeting SEO Freelancer UK, and then my call to action is book a £70 Google audit and consultation. And again, I want to identify with people and say, I'm a small business SEO champion. And again, I've got my face there, look. And a lot of, have you noticed this? Hardly any SEO websites have their prices on them.
Okay.
So I'm doing things a little bit different as well. I would say I'm in the 3% of SEO websites that say, here's my prices.
That's good though, because I mean, like, it's actually got your it's just
well,
right
to be
away.
honest, going back to the this is how I stopped actually the 10. You know, I said I get 10 people a week are contacting me, and all of them want it for 20p.
Yeah.
So I've kind of like gone here, and on my contact form, although I've got the free Google audit, I've then got the SEO menu there as well. And it's amazing here. Look, obviously, when people say to me, "How much is SEO?" That stupid question. I can't answer that question. You know, go and ask a stupid person. So I've got these five questions here. You've got to read these before you actually apply. And I would say out of 5 people, 1 person will come through and say, "Oh, here's your answers to your questions." The other 4 will just type in, "How much is SEO?" They don't tell me what their website is, their name or anything. So this is how you identify that the visitors sometimes need a lot more direction. So you need a lot more direction on here by putting in some content.
Do you think so? Straight away there'll be like some content. Okay, gotcha. Yeah. Okay. But I was gonna just. I feel like if I, yeah. So the idea is, because I don't want to. Yeah, as I said, when I'm advertising it, I want to sort of. I feel like organically people are going to want to see if I'm offering something like jobs, and then once they see the jobs, and then if you click on, I don't know, for example, again, that pre-apply, it will say, once you're on it, if you go down a little bit, it will say job requirements, degree no, TEFL preferred, or I think right at the top it says you need a TEFL or something like that. But it's just like, and then they'll be like, "Oh, I don't have a TEFL," and then they'll go, "Oh, and I see TEFL courses in the top. Click on there," and then it's that was the sort of the thinking behind it. And then they go on the TEFL
So
courses.
TEFL is mentioned in the degree, so it doesn't say it's at the top. And then you've got TEFL there.
And then right at the bottom it says, "Need a TEFL, visit our TEFL courses," and then
this is where this is the traditional style of newspaper editorial that used to sell newspapers. You would say, you know, I've got a gardening centre open, but all they specifically do is organic products. So anybody, they want to avoid harsh chemicals and they want to do everything naturally. So you would write about all the different products for slugs and vegetables and bird netting and all of this. And at the bottom, you'd say, "Visit here and click here to buy bird netting." Quite frankly, you're not going to get that far.
Yeah, okay.
You need this, like on my SEO Rome, you need this higher up, because I didn't read this. Yeah, I'm looking at it. What do I want to know? I want to know where it is. That should be in bold, I think.
Okay. Also, I find WordPress such a nightmare to sort of get around and navigate and make things.
Oh, you're not alone.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously my job is SEO, but
Yeah.
12 years ago I needed a website. I knew I was going to go on WordPress, and I got all the content written, everything. I got it all in advance. I got the hosting. I'd installed WordPress. I got the login. I just didn't know how to create pages and menus, because I don't build websites. I don't do that, you know. So
Yeah.
people say, "Oh, Nina, you can fix my mobile phone, or my microwave's not working, or my email's not working." And I'm like, I'm an SEO. I don't build websites or mobile phones or microwaves, you know.
Sure.
So your homework then. So what you need to do is rewrite your homepage, add some content in there, which adds in all of your keywords. Write 2 blogs. How do I get onto teaching, which is the primary one, and then the second one, what TEFL do I need for online teaching? Here's your aid memoir. writing content for SEO. And again, alt tags should have images, alt tags, keywords first in order of importance. And again, blog posts can have skyscraper content. So when we come back, I'll be judging your content on the following.
Yeah. Okay. That's fine. I've got that. Which I'll get cracking on that then. What do you think? I can do sort of to. Okay. So there's a few things that I need to sort out and just make it clear of what their website does as soon as you go on there, and a bit more of the call to action with the TEFLs as well.
So that's not really SEO, but we need to know is that even if you are getting 2 visitors a week, at least these 2 visitors know exactly where they are when they get there, as opposed to me looking at the website and not actually knowing what you do because it wasn't clear at all.
Yeah.
So again, I just hit people around the face with a wet fish.
No, that's.
And again, people on the internet are stupid. You've got to assume that people are stupid.
Mhm.
When I used to work in retail, we used to moan at each other as, oh God, I hate the general public. And then I got told off in Tesco last week for going up the aisle the wrong way. And the woman said, excuse me, there are arrows on the floor. You're going the wrong way. And I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. The general public are stupid, which was actually me.
Yeah. Okay. So in terms of the keywords that I've got at the moment, if you and Google Analytics, how would I sort of find out? Because they're the ones which I was told. I looked on YouTube basically how to find out the best keywords, and they're the ones that I sort of come up with.
You've done a good job, Luke. I can't even give you any advice on these. They're all spot on. You've done a sterling job here.
Okay, great.
Because you don't want to overthink it and thinking, are you missing anything out? Because you're not. You've just got to think about things logically, which you've done.
Okay. And with these key phrases, you think I should always get TEFL in there, every single thing.
Well, yeah,
and
I don't want it to be reading stupid on your homepage.
Yeah.
You know, like you said, you don't want to be like the other people, TEFL buyer, TEFL, TEFL, TEFL this, TEFL that, TEFL the other megaphone. But you need to smatter it around. So, how many times have I said SEO on my website homepage? SEO, SEO, freelancer SEO. And then below the fold down here. So it's difficult to ignore it.
Sure.
But your main thing would be to utilize your blog, because your blog is the most powerful, weighty, strongest thing about WordPress. You've got your tags, your categories, your alt tags, your H1s, your H2s, your internal links, all of these and stuff like that. You can go to town with your blogs. You really, really can. And it doesn't really matter what you say in them. Think SEO Rome. And I was talking about the Trevi Fountain and how we went there on honeymoon. But I'm ranking Google page 1 and I'm still there 3 years later.
So the blogs are literally where I just need to just funnel everything into and try and get. Okay, that's cool. That's cool.
Let me just grab my diary. I've got a heavy workload next week. I am struggling for days, which is why I said do you want to speak on Friday. So can I ask you to get in contact with me with your when you say you got your homework? So I want you to have either at least one blog, if not 2. But I want you to play around with your homepage as well. So if you contact me, week commenced in June the 22nd.
Yeah.
So the good news is obviously your ongoing teaching is going to be £45 an hour, so it's not going to be obviously as expensive as it is today.
Sure.
But obviously I did a little bit of work behind the scenes yesterday for you in advance.
Yeah, that's fine. I get that. Okay, cool. 45 an hour, great. So yeah, that's fine. So let's when I'm just trying to think when's the next time was going to be suited for me.
What email address do you want me to use? Do you want me to use luke@teachertea.com?
Yeah, that's the one I'm using for everything. Definitely use that. Yeah, if you just send me an email, I literally couldn't tell you right this second because I'm actually going going on a camping trip in
Yay!
Cornwall actually. So
Oh,
I'll be
you were past Weston-super-Mare then. Whereabouts do you live?
yeah. I live in Kent at the
Oh, right,
moment.
yeah.
Well,
Are you
I'm
really?
not parents at the moment who live in Kent. I'm usually
Yeah.
live in London, but it's yeah. So I'll be passing by anyway. But I'm going on a camping trip in, well, I think it's next Monday. So I'm not and that's going to be for like a week as well. But yeah,
Well,
I
I'll
need
just say week onwards,
yeah,
Uh,
yeah, let's just yeah, most definitely.
right.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That's fine. Just we'll schedule the time 100%. I just need to sort of work out exactly when. But Nina, thank you so much for your help.
It's been fun,
Um,
hasn't it? We've had a good time.
yeah, it has been. It's been really useful, and I'm definitely gonna. I sort of got a bit more. At least I know now that I'm not gonna sort of. They're gonna. But I was looking at like page 3 of Google, and I was like, "Why am I there?" I've been doing it, and I just I don't know these things at all, and I do want to
Of
learn
course
how
you
to do it
don't. Of
myself.
course you don't know these things. You're not stupid for not knowing these things. I get a lot of
Yeah,
people saying, "Oh God, I'm so stupid. I didn't realise that." I'm sorry, but I'm not a hairdresser. You cut hair and you've got your own salon in London. You
yeah.
do hairdressing and I do SEO. So it is a difficult thing to get across, but you've handled it really well. So
Thank
thanks
you,
for
Nina.
that, Lou. What I've done, I've just downloaded that onto um, PDF. And so to
Thank
prove to people per hour that we've spoken, I'm going to send
Fantastic.
over this PDF on the worksheet.
Nina, one last thing, if you don't mind. Do you is there any sort of thing you can recommend, sort of free learning resources, which are like, which you think is really useful about knowing about SEO, like
No,
maybe like
none at all, because
okay,
they all contradict each other.
okay,
You'll get
okay,
one saying one, you get one saying the other. Before you know it, Luke, you're 3 hours in and you've not learnt anything. You've learnt
sure,
more in 60 minutes talking to me than you have in the past 5 hours of I love you've been looking for. You've been looking at YouTube videos, how to do keyword research. You've been speaking to reading other people's blog. You don't learn anything, I don't feel, by reading articles on the internet. YouTube videos, fair enough. Yeah, I do a lot of those. I do watch a lot because it's almost like speaking to somebody in real life. If you can follow somebody with their mouse or they're explaining something to you vocally, I can learn a hell of a lot more than I can if I get an
yeah,
article.
gotcha, gotcha. Okay, I just yeah, no worries, it's all
Good
good.
question, though.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get, I want to get to know this as best as
Oh,
possible.
all you need to do, if you feel as though you want to learn some more, write blog number 3 because you want to get to 20 pages as soon as you can. You're only on
okay,
9, so that is your focus. None of this learning anything else business. You just need to write your content.
okay, I'll get that done then. All right, Nina, thank you so much.
You are a
And
top student, Luke.
we'll be in contact, yeah.
All right, you take care now. Have a fantastic trip. Jealous of you.
And you. Thank you so much, Nina. Take care.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.